Everybody, you may not know that a giant group has converged in Maryland. Convoy, long line of vehicles. I'm going to show you some video from it. All eyes of the mainstream media. Oops, we've got feedback. Mainstream media is all eyes on Ukraine. Meanwhile, a lot is happening in the United States, not just near DC, but on the southern border. I'm trying to tackle all of this in the coming days. But let's look at what Maryland looks like right now. And then I'm going to bring someone in live who is on the ground there. Take a look at this footage. Hagerstown, Maryland. That footage was filmed yesterday. I'm hearing horns in the background with a woman on the ground. I'm about to bring up live here. Now, before I bring up our live guest, I got to shout out the sponsor of my coverage today, which is Health with Ivory. One of the big things you can do to combat aging is to take collagen, but there's a problem. Most collagen supplements out there don't work. The secret is in ageless multi-collagen. Health with Ivory is the most effective collagen for anti-aging out there, in my opinion. Thousands of users agree. They notice their skin looking and feeling younger after routinely taking it. Men also report increased muscle mass because it's 100% protein, by the way. It's the best anti-aging supplement I have tried with no time. There's been a noticeable difference in my wrinkles. If you've been looking for a way to reduce the appearance of wrinkles, you'll love Health with Ivory. Get 51% off Health with Ivory for the next 24 hours by going to healthwithivory.com or click that link down below. healthwithivory.com. Okay, with that being said, I'm going to bring in Maureen Steele, who's on the ground there. Maureen, how are you?
Hi, Ivory. I'm great. It's a little noisy here, so if you hear horns in the background, forgive me. It is just very loud. The truckers are just coming in from doing a couple loops around the Beltway and fueling up.
Yeah, you're having to join by phone because apparently the service out there doesn't even work. As far as you were trying to send me video, you were trying to video stream with me. Hagerstown, Maryland, the internet may not be set up for that many truckers. What's the scene like out there?
It's spotty here for sure. It's a festive scene, and it's been that way since we left Barstow, California. Every place we've gone, it has been the warmest of welcomes. Thousands of people welcoming us where we go. And on the trip out, there's only been about 7 overpasses that haven't had people on them on this entire trip. Some with just a few people, some with hundreds to thousands of people on the overpasses on the sides.
Wait, so out of all the overpasses in America from California to Maryland, there were 7 that didn't have people up there cheering?
Yes. We counted. It was just so bizarre to see one empty. It was odd because there was always someone on one of the overpasses, 1 or 2, 3 people on some, but there was somebody there waving a flag. But some were just mobbed. I mean, just packed, hundreds to thousands of people on the overpasses. Just incredible. And the sense of camaraderie, of love of countryman has just been just overwhelming. The generosity of the American people has been overwhelming. Wow. Loading up trucks with supplies, gift cards, money, trying to help us see this journey through to make a difference. People are ready for this. This has been the great unifier, Ivory, in so many ways. Our country has been so divided for so long, and everyone can rally under the banner of freedom. That's the one thing that unites us all. So liberty crackles through all of our veins, and this convoy has unified so many.
I'm going to show my viewers another clip of that convoy from a drone's eye view yesterday. Take a look. Mm-hmm. So how many vehicles would you say are out there?
Well, I don't know how many, and it's strange because it's not, in Canada what we saw was mostly truckers, and here it's mostly just people. It is indeed the people's convoy. The truckers are the tip of the spear, and there's a lot of trucks, probably a couple hundred trucks, but there's RVs, there's just regular vehicles, minivans with kids and parents and the family dog, and just cars and pickup trucks. So I can tell you it is 64 miles long, that we learned today, because it absolutely wrapped around the Beltway. The start vehicle, the end of the convoy hit up with the start of the convoy. So we encircled the Beltway.
You said 60 miles long?
64 miles long.
The beltway around what?
DC.
So your vehicles have completely encircled DC?
It encircled the Beltway of DC. They did 2 loops around, and then they came back here, and you can hear them in the background, the horns honking and stuff, because they've refueled and they've come back to Hagerstown. And this is where we'll be for the evening.
Wow. So you guys, there is the crowd growing there? Because I think you guys have been in Hagerstown for what, 3 days now?
Yeah, we got in Friday, and was it Friday night? Friday night, I think. I'm losing track of the days here. But it fluctuates. People come in for the evenings to bring food, to, hear the speakers, speak, and just to, just to hang out and have fun and meet people. And it's been amazing. It's just been a lovely group of Americans and such an incredible slice of Americana. There's people here from all walks of life. There's doctors, there's truck drivers, and everyone in between. And there's gay and straight, and there's unvaxxed and vaxxed, and and there's left and right. And I talked to some people the other day that were Bernie Sanders voters. I talked to cops on an overpass that came from a long line of Democratic voters. And it's like I said, it's the great unifier. Freedom is just freedom. It doesn't know left or right, and actually, freedom is what gives us the ability to be left or right. And if we lose that, there's nothing left to debate. There's nothing left to argue about. And people realize we're at a turning point and we're on a precipice. And when people realize what's at stake, they'll make a difference. And the American people, they are right now. They realize what's at stake, and people are standing up.
So I'm looking at footage. I guess it's from last night at the Hagerstown Speedway. The stands packed as people sing the national anthem. So have you guys had any issues with police so far?
No, that is something that has been another just incredibly pleasant surprise. Since we left in Barstow, the police in every state have been nothing but kind and gracious to us all along the way. And in fact, a couple states gave us escorts from the minute we crossed over their state lines to the moment we left. They gave us a police escort. And here we've been meeting with the Virginia, Maryland, and the DC Metro Police. And again, we've been met with nothing but professionalism, graciousness, kindness, respect. They've been absolutely lovely to deal with. We haven't had one issue with law enforcement this entire trip.
I'm reading the viewer comments. They're saying Lawrence Jones from Fox tried to cover it, but Fox blocked him. How much media coverage are you guys getting?
We have a lot of podcasters, and we've had Steve Bannon has covered it every day for the last 2 weeks, twice a day. Eric Bowling launched the story on Newsmax. We've had One American News Network doing stories. So a lot of right media has covered it, although I will say Gabe Cohen of CNN has covered it. He's been doing very fair reporting. And of course, there's always, the left press that picks stuff up, and it's just, they're just crucifying us, just twisting things. But, that's to be expected. But, I have to say, Gabe Cohen has done very fair reporting and has been very easy and wonderful to deal with. So we're getting our fair share of press, although with the war, I know that has detracted considerably from domestic issues, but it hasn't deterred these people. There's 8,000 to 10,000 people here right now. And they say for every one person that shows up, there's 100 more people at home supporting.
Yeah, that's probably true. I know you guys have a lot of cheerleaders in my comment section. Yeah, I'm watching Fox News right now. Headline: Ukraine flees to western city of Lviv. Yeah, it's been nonstop Ukraine coverage. Convenient timing. Now, I want to ask you your end goal because you said you guys have circled the beltway around DC with your trucks. You've camped out at the Speedway, Hagerstown Speedway, for 3 days, and I want to show my viewers where that is. Now, what's the goal here? What are you hoping will happen?
Well, what we'd like to see happen, and the goal of this is to have the national emergency lifted. We want our Constitution to reign supreme, and we want accountability for what's gone on with the response to the COVID-19 pandemic. Immediately, what we would like is meetings with congressional leaders and senatorial leaders in DC or outside of DC, with a certain delegation of people from the convoy to sit with them and to talk about what the demands of the people are. And I think we're going to get that. We're in talks right now with them. Again, they've been gracious. So I think we're hoping that that's going to take place on Tuesday. And then we're going to keep going. This is about accountability, and we're going to start an accountability tour. I know Josh Yoder and I are going to be spearheading that and taking it to the road and going state to state, educating people on what they can do to defund the swamp and to drain the swamp.
Defund the swamp. Yeah, I've got it mapped out now. So you're an hour and a half from DC. I mapped it out down to Capitol Hill. So you guys are up at the Hagerstown Speedway, an hour and a half northwest, and then you guys apparently circled this beltway right here around DC. But it's just like if the media, if the main media buddies of Biden ignore you, then Biden has no pressure on him, I think, no matter how many times you circle the beltway.
Well, his constituents, we have people from both sides of the aisle that have reached out to us to speak with us. So I know they're feeling it. I know the eyes of the world are on us right now. And I'm sure Biden isn't ignoring that. He knows we're here. He knows what's going on. And I know his constituents do. So we are getting some attention, whether the mainstream media wants to purport that to the people. The people of America know we're here because they've turned out in the hundreds of thousands on our journey.
Yeah, they really have, and it is heartwarming that they're able to keep up and know where you guys are at and turn out despite a lot of media silence about your route and things. I think it's the era of independent journalism.
Yes.
You have now the peoplesconvoy.org is the official website. I've linked it down below, and you have this truckers declaration, which I think you wrote, right, Maureen?
I did write it. Yes.
Yeah, and I thought it was beautifully written. By the way, people are telling people always refer to you as Lee Dundas's assistant. Is that right?
No, it's not.
Okay, what are you? What's your actual title?
I worked with Lee. I'm a paralegal, and I am the original organizer of the People's Convoy.
Oh, are you? Wow. That's awesome.
I actually brought Lee Dundas into the convoy.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
So you're original organizer. By the way, someone just asked, when you guys encircle DC, are there people on the overpasses in DC as well?
You know what? I don't know. And that's a great question. They're literally just coming back, and I didn't go on it because I was trying to organize the meeting with the legislators today. So I don't know.
Okay, let me read this for my viewers here. Oh, by the way, your video that you sent me just came through. Before the show, I asked her.
Yeah, it's about time.
I asked Maureen to send fresh video of what it looks like out there, but the service is so bad in Hagerstown with so many trucks out there. They're hogging all the internet, I guess. Okay, so Truckers Declaration. We, the people of the United States, in order to restore our once perfect union, reestablish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense of all, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty, do ordain and establish the restoration movement of the People's Convoy of the United States of America. We demand the declaration of national emergency concerning the COVID-19 pandemic be lifted immediately, and our cherished Constitution reigns supreme. We are the people of the United States of America, and we stand together under the banner of freedom. Freedom is the one thing that unites us all. Liberty flows through all of our veins. Who we are truckers, moms, students, nurses, doctors, investors, county workers, teachers, cowboys, loggers, engineers, sanitation workers, professors, cashiers, flight attendants, pilots, sales reps, physical therapists. We are fathers, mothers, sisters, brothers, married, single, divorced, separated, gay, straight. We are Black, white, Asian, Native American. We are immigrants, natives. We are citizens of the free world. To our elected officials that believe they rule us, you work for us. Our Constitution was written to provide enough power to act on a national level, but not enough to deprive the people of fundamental rights. The people are prepared to see this challenge through, as we have seen through all challenges to our great freedom in the past, and we will prevail and prosper. To our brave and courageous neighbors to the north, our Canadian brothers and sisters who led the charge, we join your call to freedom with the People's Convoy. Let the golden light of liberty burn bright. Let freedom roll. Love that. Oh, and then you have a place where people can sign the Truckers' Declaration. So, to my viewers, if you guys agree with that declaration, you can go sign it. Link down below in my description. So, Maureen, why not go directly into DC? Why not go to Capitol Hill?
Oh, because I mean, unless we were invited in there in a small delegate group, that would be probably a death wish. People are still rotting in solitary confinement from J6, so we didn't want another event like that. I don't think anyone trusts going in there, and certainly our group isn't advocating for anyone to go in there.
Well, you know,
absolutely not.
one of the organizers of the convoy got a permit to rally there on March 1st.
That's not our convoy. That's someone else, and they're confusing it with the People's Convoy, and a lot of people have hijacked our name and are using it, but they have nothing to do with us. I don't know them. They have a meeting, I guess, tomorrow, but it's not us, and someone else already went in there. But there was the Freedom Convoy. There's been a bunch of groups, but we're the People's Convoy, and yeah, now we're dealing with other groups hijacking our name and using it, but they're not the People's Convoy.
So why not join? I mean, I guess you didn't want to join that, that permitted rally for fear of another January 6th.
Yeah, we didn't want to go there at all. And from my understanding, there's only like 5 people there at that rally.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are very, very scared to rally in DC now, ever since January 6th. But the small size of that rally, led the headlines. Now the word is that the convoy was a dud.
That this convoy is?
Yeah, people. I mean, some of the media are just spinning it that way and saying, "Well, I guess the whole convoy was a dud because that permitted rally in DC on the 1st didn't really turn out."
That these other groups didn't join the main group because it just kills the optics, which is unfortunate. And we did try to rally all these smaller groups in, but as you know, you get involved in stuff like this, and egos come into play, and all of that, because it kind of hurts the optics for all of us. We're all Americans. We're all trying to fight for this, and just gathering everyone under one banner, under one unit would have been really helpful. And it's still going on to a certain degree for sure. But I have to tell you, something very exciting happened here today. We had the Freedom Convoy from Canada roll in to be with us. And they actually broke down, some of them, when they came in, because we're flying Canadian flags here as well. And they didn't expect it. And when they walked in, they were just so pleased and touched that, the Americans had not forgotten them. And, we're here flying the Canadian flag on our convoy. It was really a beautiful moment.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
One of my viewers is asking why you're not on camera. Again, the service there is pretty spotty.
Yeah, I couldn't upload it. I couldn't
So-
upload the link. That's why.
So she yeah, she was trying to join me live. So let me show the viewers. Maureen just sent me this video. She was trying to send me before the show, but the service was so bad. But you can see the trucks going through there. I'm watching this for the first time as well. So you can just see all the vehicles parked. So basically what the drone shot we were just seeing, that's Marine's view from down below. Which, okay, yeah, there are a lot of vehicles there. It was kind of hard to see from the way I showed you guys. But yeah. Okay, I'm just reading your guys' comments. Yeah, so how long are you guys going to be out there again?
We're going to be out here as long as we need to be out here until we meeting with the lawmakers.
Well, best of luck to you guys, and it's good to see so many people coming together, and hopefully some more of the media will actually cover. You know, some of the American media might cover what's happening in America.
It's so funny you mentioned that. I've had Russian, Russian press calling, and I've been doing interviews with them. I've been doing international press. They're very interested in what we're doing, and you're right. It's interesting that the American media has barely touched it.
Yeah, well, stay tuned. Maybe us independent people can put enough pressure on them to get them to cover it.
Indeed.
As we steal their ratings. Okay.
Oh, and another story out of the convoy. It was you that broke the story, believe it or not, whether you realize it or not, of the people's dog. We've had Winnie, the people's dog, going viral on our social media. And I guess Josh Yoder was on an interview with you. And he was in my car, driving my car, and Winnie was popping up in the background. And it was after that he was telling the story to someone else who was interviewing him. And Winnie's been dubbed the people's dog. And since then, she's had pictures taken with truck drivers and, at every event and all along the journey over the overpasses and stuff. But it was your show that broke Winnie the people's dog.
Oh, wow. I love that. Well, yeah. You guys can go watch that interview, my previous YouTube. Yeah. I love that.
That's pretty funny. Mm-hmm.
That's so awesome. Okay, well, best of luck to you guys, and we will talk to you later.
All right.
Keep me updated.
Thanks, Ivory.
Okay. All right. All the best. Bye.
Bye.
That's Maureen Steele, original organizer of the People's Convoy. Everyone I talked to kept calling her Lee Dundas's assistant, which Lee Dundas is kind of the human rights attorney who's backing this convoy, who's in the convoy now, who's been fighting for individual liberty throughout this pandemic, and who is also behind the website that I've linked down below, thepeoplesconvoy.org. So, yeah, I also, on my Instagram, I posted a lot of the compelling shots of this massive crowd. She said 64 mile long convoy, not just trucks, but a big mix of vehicles in the US. Everyone wants to get involved in this. Just checking out your guys' comments. Thank you so much for joining. Please share this and let people know that the convoy is happening and it's big and they're encircling DC. All right. We will talk to you guys later. I had to jump on here for a Sunday stream because there's so much going on right now. Stuff is popping off in the US as the media totally ignores it. I just thought for to study the mainstream media, I'll turn on Fox this whole time and see what they do. And Fox has just been wall to wall Ukraine. Do a story on Ukraine, but then move on to what's happening in your own country. Anyway, I cleared my schedule. I'm hitting the southern border. We're going to show you guys what's really happening in Mexico, as my sources down there are saying that the whole hotels are overloaded with military and police. So we'll see what's going on down there. All the best to you guys, and talk to you guys later.